TYT Sports, Francis here with Shane Fazen from fightTIPS. Thank you so much for joining us because we're going to talk about Anderson Silva's comeback. So he overcomes Diaz. What's your initial thoughts on the fight?
Initially, I thought Diaz had a good game plan of trying to get under Anderson Silva's skin.
Yeah.
Right, and he did a pretty good job. Of the first and second round, I gave it to Diaz. I know the judges disagree with me, but he came out and he was pulling that, laying on the ground and putting his back up against the cage. And every time he went to jump at Silva, it seemed like he was flinching a little bit, and he was landing punches. He was setting up leg kicks, and he was landing the leg kicks. Third, fourth, and fifth round, it just seemed like Silva gained his rhythm, found his range, and just did what he does best.
So, am I right in saying that he was taking the approach that he was trying to catch him off guard, the way Anderson, trying to draw out that cocky side of Anderson Silva that we've seen, that he was caught with Weidman's punch? You remember that, that knocked him out. So,
right.
Do you think that was Diaz's game plan? You're like, get his cockiness out, and I'll try and catch him on a flyweight.
Not a lot of people like Diaz because of his attitude. But you got to think, why does he do it? Why does he talk trash? Why does he drop his hands? It's because he wants Silva to do something that he didn't train for, right? He wants him to, do the stuff like you said. He wants him to drop his hands back. He wants him to expose himself and get caught. He throws his looping punches just like Weidman. I thought there was a good chance that he could knock him out. I mean, Diaz knocked out Robbie Lawler 10 years back, but it's still he knocked him out, and he has the power to do so.
So, and what we also talked about with a Bleacher Report correspondent is that with Diaz, when he gets into his groove and into his comfort zone, he's a dangerous fighter. But when someone frustrates his game and does it kind of play into his hands, that's when he kind of runs out of ideas. Did you see that happening here with Anderson Silva? That's from my neutral perspective. I just seen that Anderson Silva had a little more to offer when Diaz's game plan didn't go.
Yeah, I mean, Silva did a great job of circling. And Diaz has a bad habit of chasing guys. I mean, it's footwork 101. You're supposed to cut off the ring. You're supposed to, stop them in their tracks and catch them with those punches. But he didn't do that. And the thing is, it seemed like he slowed down in the later rounds. And I don't know if it's because he thought he was winning and he could ride it out, like he said in the post-fight interview. I think the leg kicks and the just hits to the body and face were just wearing him out. And because I know he has great cardio, but when you're taking those hits over and over on the body, it wears you down.
Yeah. So did you see any slight change in Anderson Silva's movement? Because we know, well, it's engraved in my memory, the horrific leg break. It's still the worst. Does that play? I know you've been a previous MMA fighter yourself. Would that play into it? I mean, I just don't imagine I could go through and kick with no worries at all, knowing that had previously happened to me.
That was everyone's #1 question. Is he going to throw that left kick?
Yeah.
You're right. Anyone would be traumatized after that. And I thought the same thing. And Diaz said the same thing in the post-fight interview, but he started throwing it, and he was throwing it with tremendous power.
Yeah.
And it was doing the job.
Yeah. So now, what's next, do you think, for Anderson Silva? Because so he's made this comeback. It wasn't as glorious as expected. It was just like business as usual. In, win the fight, out. What's next for him?
It seemed like in the interview afterwards that it almost seemed like he was done. He said, the first thing he said is, my kids tell me all the time that Dad, I don't want you to be in the ring anymore. Yeah. And he said, I'm back, and he didn't say very convincingly. So I don't know. What I'd like to see is a rematch with him against Vitor Belfort. It was that original fight that broke my heart with that kick. I mean, it was a beautiful kick. I'm a fan of Silva, but I'm a bigger fan of Vitor, and I would love to see that rematch.
All right. Well, there you have it there. Thanks again, Shane, for joining us. Make sure to check out Shane's channel, fightTIPS on YouTube. We've annotated it and also put the link in the description below. Plenty more UFC coming up. We're going to talk about the up-and-coming fighters in 2015. Thanks again for watching, guys.